Have you ever held a tiny seed in your hand? It doesn't look like much, just a small, hard thing. But inside that little seed, a big adventure is waiting to happen. It's the adventure of growing into a plant. Some seeds become tall trees, some become yummy fruits, and some become pretty flowers. It's quite amazing, don't you think? Each seed is like a little treasure chest, holding everything needed to grow a plant. All it needs are a few simple ingredients and a little bit of time. Let's find out what happens. Are you ready to learn the secrets of how plants grow? Let's go. Seeds are very patient. They are like tiny time capsules, holding the potential for life within their small, unassuming forms. Each seed carries within it the blueprint for a new plant, just waiting for the right moment to burst forth into the world. They can wait for a long time, sometimes even years, for the perfect time to grow. This period of waiting can be influenced by many factors such as the changing seasons, the availability of water, and the temperature of the soil. Seeds are incredibly resilient and can survive in harsh conditions, biding their time until the environment is just right. This waiting time is called dormancy. During dormancy, seeds are in a state of rest, conserving their energy and protecting themselves from the elements. It's a survival strategy that allows seeds to endure unfavorable conditions and ensures that they only begin to grow when the chances of survival are highest. It's like taking a long nap. Just as we need rest to recharge our bodies, seeds need dormancy to prepare for the journey of growth ahead. This period of rest is crucial for the seed's development, allowing it to gather strength and resources for the moment it will finally awaken. The seed has a special coat that protects it and keeps it safe until it's time to wake up. This outer layer, known as the seed coat, acts as a barrier against the harsh environment, shielding the delicate embryo inside from damage and dehydration. What wakes up a seed? The answer lies in the combination of several key factors that signal to the seed that it's time to start growing. It needs a few things: water, warmth, and air. These elements work together to create the ideal conditions for the seed to break its dormancy and begin the process of germination. When these three things come together, the seed knows it's time to start growing. Imagine a dry sponge. Just as a sponge absorbs water and expands, a seed also takes in water, which triggers a series of changes within it. When you add water, it soaks it up and gets bigger, right? This is similar to what happens to a seed when it absorbs water. The water activates enzymes within the seed, which start to break down stored food reserves, providing the energy needed for growth. That's what happens to a seed when it gets wet. The seed begins to swell as it takes in water, and this swelling helps to soften the seed coat, making it easier for the emerging plant to break through. It drinks up the water and starts to swell. This process is known as imbibition, and it's the first step in the seed's journey from dormancy to active growth. The seed coat softens, and the little plant inside starts to wiggle awake. It's time to grow. As the seed coat breaks open, the embryonic plant inside begins to emerge, sending out roots to anchor itself in the soil, and shoots to reach for the sunlight. This marks the beginning of a new life, as the seed transforms into a thriving plant, ready to take on the world. When the seed starts to grow, we call that germination. This is the very beginning of a plant's life cycle, a process that transforms a tiny, seemingly lifeless seed into a vibrant living plant. It's a fascinating journey that starts with just a few simple steps. It's like magic, but it's actually science. Germination is a complex process that involves a series of biochemical reactions. These reactions are triggered by the right conditions, such as moisture, temperature, and sometimes even light. When these conditions are met, the seed begins to wake up from its dormant state. The first thing the seed does is send out a tiny root. This root is called the radicle, and it's the first part of the seedling to emerge. The radicle is crucial because it anchors the plant into the soil and starts the process of water and nutrient absorption. The root grows down into the soil, looking for water and food. It navigates through the soil, pushing aside particles and making its way deeper and deeper. This journey is essential for the plant's survival, as the root system will provide the necessary support and nourishment. It's like a little straw, sucking up all the good stuff from the ground. The root hairs, tiny extensions of the root, increase the surface area for absorption, allowing the plant to take in more water and nutrients. This process is vital for the plant's growth and development. Soon, a little shoot pops up from the seed. This shoot is called the plumule, and it will eventually grow into the stem and leaves of the plant. The shoot's emergence is a sign that the plant is ready to start photosynthesizing and producing its own food. The shoot grows up towards the light. This upward growth is driven by a process called phototropism, where the plant senses light and grows towards it. Light is essential for photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy. This little shoot will become the stem of the plant. The stem is the main support structure, holding up the leaves and flowers. It also contains vascular tissues, which transport water, nutrients, and sugars throughout the plant. Remember, the seed has everything it needs to start growing. Inside the seed, there's a tiny embryo, which is the baby plant. The seed also contains food reserves, which provide the energy needed for the initial stages of growth. It's like a little backpack full of energy. These food reserves are made up of starches, proteins, and oils, which the embryo uses to fuel its growth until it can start making its own food through photosynthesis. But soon, it will need even more food to keep growing bigger and stronger. As the plant grows, its energy demands increase, and it will need to absorb more nutrients from the soil and produce more energy through photosynthesis. That's where sunlight comes in. Sunlight is the primary source of energy for plants. Through the process of photosynthesis, plants convert sunlight into chemical energy, which they use to grow and thrive. This energy is stored in the form of glucose, a type of sugar that fuels the plant's activities. As the plant continues to grow, it will develop leaves, which are the main sites of photosynthesis. The leaves capture sunlight and use it to produce food for the plant. This process not only sustains the plant, but also produces oxygen, which is essential for life on Earth. Eventually, the plant will reach maturity and start to produce flowers. These flowers are not just beautiful to look at, they play a crucial role in the plant's reproductive cycle. Through pollination, the flowers will produce seeds, and the cycle of life will begin anew. The seeds formed in the flowers will eventually be dispersed, either by wind, water, or animals. These seeds will find new places to grow, and the process of germination will start all over again. It's a continuous cycle that ensures the survival and propagation of plant species. So the next time you see a tiny seed, remember the incredible journey it will undertake. From a small dormant seed to a thriving, mature plant, the process of germination is truly one of nature's most magical and awe-inspiring phenomena. Section 4. Reaching for the sky, sprouting up. The little sprout keeps growing taller and stronger every day. It needs sunlight to make its food, so it stretches its leaves up high to catch the sun's rays. As the stem grows taller, more leaves grow out of the sides. The leaves are like little food factories for the plant. They are where the magic of photosynthesis happens. What's photosynthesis, you ask? Don't worry, we'll talk about that next. Section 5. Sunshine Power Photosynthesis Explained. Have you ever wondered how plants eat? It's a fascinating process that's quite different from how we humans consume our meals. While we need to chew and digest our food, plants have a unique way of nourishing themselves. They don't have mouths like us, do they? Instead, they have a remarkable system that allows them to create their own food from simple ingredients found in their environment. Plants make their own food using sunlight. This process is not only essential for their survival but also for the health of our planet. This amazing process is called photosynthesis. It's a complex chemical reaction that takes place in the leaves of plants, converting light energy into chemical energy. Here's how it works. First, the plant's roots take in water and nutrients from the soil. These roots act like straws, drawing up essential minerals and moisture that the plant needs to thrive. Then, the leaves take in carbon dioxide from the air. Tiny openings on the leaves called stomata allow this gas to enter the plant. Sunlight gives the leaves energy. The chlorophyll in the leaves captures the sunlight, which is then used to power the photosynthesis process. The leaves mix these ingredients together like baking a cake. The water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight combine in a series of reactions to produce food for the plant. But instead of a cake, they make something called glucose. Glucose is a type of sugar that serves as the primary energy source for the plant. Glucose is like sugar, and it gives the plant energy to grow big and strong. This energy is used for various functions such as growing new leaves, flowers, and roots, but that's not all. Photosynthesis also makes something else that's very important. Oxygen. This oxygen is released into the air as a byproduct of the photosynthesis process. Oxygen is what we breathe, and plants give it off as a byproduct of making their food. This oxygen is essential for the survival of most living organisms on Earth, including humans. So, next time you see a plant, say thank you for the fresh air. Plants play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of our ecosystem. They not only provide us with oxygen but also help in reducing carbon dioxide levels, making our planet a healthier place to live. The process of photosynthesis is a beautiful example of nature's ingenuity. It's a reminder of how interconnected all life forms are, and how we depend on plants for our very existence. Scientists continue to study photosynthesis to understand it better, and to find ways to harness its power for sustainable energy solutions. By mimicking this natural process, we could potentially develop new technologies that provide clean and renewable energy, so the next time you plant a tree or care for a garden, remember that you're not just growing plants, you're contributing to a process that supports life on Earth. Every leaf, every blade of grass, and every tree plays a part in this incredible cycle. Educating the next generation about photosynthesis and the importance of plants is vital. By understanding how plants work, we can appreciate their role in our world and take steps to protect and nurture them. In conclusion, photosynthesis is more than just a scientific process. It's a testament to the wonders of nature and the delicate balance that sustains life on our planet. So let's celebrate the power of sunshine and the magic of photosynthesis. Section 6. Blossoms and buzzes, the flowering stage. As the plant grows bigger and stronger, something wonderful happens. It starts to flower. Flowers are like the plant's way of making new seeds. They are colorful and often smell nice to attract pollinators like bees and butterflies. Pollinators help to carry pollen from one flower to another. Pollen is like a special dust that helps plants make seeds. It's like a game of pass the parcel, with bees and butterflies as the players. When pollen from one flower reaches another flower of the same kind, it's like magic. The flower is pollinated, and a fruit can start to grow.